Greed is good, Gecko said. Gordon Gecko, that is. Now, this is the hot zone on my local special field, who has been very nice to me with regards to silver coinage. And it's plowed. And I was here yesterday. I picked up a beautiful 25 öre Oscar II over there, far away from the hot zone. But another 2 shilling Carl John 1842, very bad quality coin that is, only 25% silver, something like that. But it was in the hot zone, so hot zone per definition here is from the edge of the field 10 meters out. But it's full of iron. And then Tron came along yesterday with the Jeb, and he found another 24 shilling Oscar I right there. And that's approximately 100 meters from where I found mine last year. So there's something about this area. Although anything can happen anywhere in this field, I'm gonna pound this place for the next 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna use relic, I'm gonna use fast, and I'm gonna use power settings on the Deus. And let's see, because it's zone and we only have maybe one more week to do this field. Let's go. Yeah, and that's the kind of iron that's scattered around here, and that they do give high tones, but so does a 24 shilling, so you have to dig them all now. Now that was a screamer. Just got it from out there. So if signals like that can still be around, you know, there's hope. But what is it? Let's clean it. Nah, it's just a fragment of some sort, and it's not recordable. So there's plenty of good signals in the area, although the targets aren't that great. But this is cool for me because I know very little about munition, and now I've found one of those more modern bullets, and now I get the chance to see how they actually were, because the wrapping is still there, and yeah, and there's the rings. I guess you Americans, you know a lot about this stuff, because I reckon this is from the Civil War period. This one has 4 rings. So I never seen that before. Often they show up like that, you know, without the actual cartridge. So you learn something every day, yeah? I like this signal. I like this signal. We're in the hot spot, and it's a crispy 88. Finally, maybe I'm gonna dig out something good live. No, I think it's you. Yes, a big lead pens. Nah, probably a spike, yeah, a tent, you know, something. But you know, when such good signals can be in an area where you feel that where you kind of refuse to think that there can be any more goodies, then that means that it's just to keep on going. Yes, I think I got one. It's not a 24 shilling, and it was deep. It was on last year's stubble, but I can't be wrong here. Can be a button. No, that's a coin. Yeah, that's silver. Yeah, and it's cool because it's Christian VII. It's not the 10 öre. That's why the tone was so low. Cool. Really cool. Oh, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Let's give it some water. Christian VII, 1783, 2 shilling, quite worn. but not as naked as many other coins out of here. And it was an iffy signal. That was not a screamer, I can tell you that. Cool. Right, clean 80. Coin ball, I think it's called, but this is not a coin ball, this is a trash ball. No. Ah. Still hope. Nah. No. No. That's a strange color. No. Right, I was just walking here thinking, god damn it, you know, I'm starting to lose my spirit as I've moved over here more and more iron. I do get one signal once in a while. I did pick up one Oscar II 1 öre. Then came a Whisper 91, boom boom. I don't know what I might be making a fool out of myself, but that one can be that one can be really good. I'm in the hotspot. I'm gonna turn to macro, lie down. I might be making a complete fool of myself, but I don't think so. I think actually I can see the lion. I think this is the third 24 shilling that's coming out of this place. Yeah. What's the matter with this field? What's the matter with this field? This is the third 24. 1846. These are so hard. Oh my. Greed is good, Gordon. Greed is good. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I was just about to give up. Tron, eat your heart out. What? Why? Why is it 3? This is high quality money. This king. This is 87% silver. Why are they here? What's going on? Cool. So cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Oscar the First. Oscar the First. And that wasn't a good tone. That was a whisper, and it wasn't deep. That wasn't the screamer you would expect. No, it's not a small coin, it's quite a big coin there. I'll stick out another 20 minutes then. Right, I'm calling it a day. Here's the trash, and that's not coming into my kitchen today. That will be dumped on my way home. Here's 2 coins and some relics we can have a look at. And I have some coins from yesterday, and I also have some news regarding that medieval coin I found last autumn. No cooking, I promise. Right, back home. It's nice to be home while it's still light outside. Had a shower, dry clothes, coins soaking in a little bit of water and a little bit of lemon are fines that were not coins. But first, today I got a letter from the government. I'm not sure what they call that in English, but they do cultural heritage management, and this is like the top brass bureaucrat. If you remember, last autumn I found a medieval Norwegian bent silver coin, and we had a hard time determining the king. If it was Magnus Lagabøte, a very important king, or his not so successful son. And Kjetil, the expert, had a theory, and it was a good theory, that it was his son. But the museum they don't agree. They say that this is actually Magnus, the law amender, the law creator. And they do mean that, they do think that the coin was bent intentionally. Which is interesting because that is what we know that they did that through the medieval times in the UK as a part of offerings to the gods if you wanted a good harvest. But we don't know if that was a practice in Norway. But we know that the coins of the law amender was inspired from the UK. From the Edward, I guess it was Edward the Second at that time. I can't remember, because he took the cross and the portraits. Let's take a macro. I need a new camera, so if you feel like you want to donate. So the cross he got from the UK, but the inscription around I think is French. So this is how that coin was supposed to look like. But it was bent. And we know that was done in the UK, and we know that this guy coinage was influenced from the UK. So I mean, when you bring coinage from one country to another, you don't only bring the coin, you also bring the culture, the institution. And that I mean the way it was used. Someone could have told the Norwegian guy, look, this is a coin, it's cool, blah blah. But what we also do is like we bend them and we throw them out in the fields and we pray for a good harvest. So if I was an archaeologist, archaeologists have a very, very lax attitude to data compared to other fields of science. I could easily have hypothesized now that since this coin is found in an area where we know it was Viking graves in the vicinity, like 1 kilometer radius, and we know that ceremonial places geographically tends to be adopted by coming religion. So I mean, if it was a Viking site, then Christianity comes along and they build a church upon what was usually a Viking site. And just look at Constantinople. So I could easily hypothesize that that coin being bent, being found where it was found, being from the king that was inspired by the UK is a very strong indication that Norwegian people also in the medieval age also adopted this tradition of bending coins as a ceremonial offering to the gods. Now, me being positive, I'm not trained an archaeologist. I'm a political scientist, and I believe in data, and I believe that one should be very, very careful in speculating when doing research. But I mean, that's one of the big problems with archaeology. They have very little data, and they have big questions they want to answer. So I have a hard time sometimes accepting archaeology as real science. It's real science. I mean, it's the best we can do, but it's they suffer from high passion, a lot of fantasy, and lack of data. Anyway, I got a reward from the government, and I don't want to tell you how low that was because it's an insult. This is one of the richest countries in the world, and but that. That's not the archaeologist or the museum's fault. That's the government. They don't fund cultural heritage management in this country. They spend very little money on archaeology, and that is evident when you read the science because it's not very high quality. Especially when you adapt that lax attitude to data and you want to write the political science paper. Come on. Okay, enough rambling. A lot of interesting stuff about the coin. It's a very special coin. It's number 8 or 9 found. I'm very happy that I found it. Very few detectorists find coins like these, and I learned a lot from studying it, and now it's safe in the museum, and the farmer is happy, and I'm happy, and everything is cool. Now, today's finds. Let's have a look. So we have our 1 øre, 1877, Oscar II. We have a nice lead seals. I mean, this place has nice lead seals. The more writing and curls and stuff on the lead seals, the cooler. This is a fishing lead. It has holes in it has loops in both ends. I think it's for fishing. I don't think this is a recordable weight at all. I think it's more modern, because we don't find old stuff there. We only find 1600s, 1700s. This I never knew that this was. Is it a 3-ringer you call them? Americans, I don't care so much about guns and ammunition and stuff. But now at least I know how they look like with the casing. And here's another bullet. I guess that one is more modern than that one. And that's a watch winder. But today's hunt was all about revenging the fact that Trond found this. He didn't find this one. He found that's the one Trond found. 100 meters from where I found this one last year. And obviously I got jealous, so I went out and did a Gordon Gekko dig, and I got another one. Yesterday this one showed up from the same field. Oscar II, 1876. Very, very good condition. And it was in a completely different part of the field. And this Carl John 2 shilling 1842, 20% silver. The country was broke. The money had bad quality. Not as differently as some countries do today. And here's this one is ready. Here it is. If I can get that ID correctly. Put it here. And that is 2 shilling 1783, minted in Copenhagen or in Altona. So it's not a Norwegian coin as far as I know. It's a nice coin, and it's gonna add a nice piece to my album for the 2014 season. That turns out to be not that bad after all. Let's try to clean this one. Well, it's gonna need some more time, this one, so we won't do that now, but it's an 1847. There you go. And the quality is not good. It's worth maybe 200 crowns, whatever. That's not important. I have my second 24 shilling. Okay, a long roundup as usual. Sorry about that, but hey, no cooking. Thanks for watching. Check out my website, diggingnorway.com. You will find all my videos there, and sometimes I do update it, but not as often as I wish I could. Thank you for all your nice comments. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting. Good luck on your next hunt.